I used to laugh at the old-timers clutching steel pistols like relics. Meanwhile, my plastic wonder gun felt like the future. Then reality slapped me. I watched a buddy's polymer carry melt in a Texas truck, while my borrowed CZ rattled off mag after mag without so much as a hiccup. That's when I stopped believing the hype. Sure, polymer's cheap, light, everywhere, but some things just aren't meant to be replaced. Every time I grip cold steel, I remember what real confidence feels like. I've watched bulletproof plastic guns jam when it counted, and legends quit mid-match. But these metal beasts, they keep swinging long after the Instagram crowd heads home. Think you've heard it all? Think again. Because the last gun on this list nearly cost me more than money. Almost sold it, almost gave up, almost made a mistake I'd never live down. Miss it. And you'll regret it more than I did. Don't blink. It wasn't even supposed to be a P226 day. Late afternoon, shooting range emptying out, concrete still holding a bit of sun. I reached in my bag and the Legion just came out. No big plan, just habit. No inspection, no mental checklist. I slide racked, no grit, no hesitation. Just that familiar old steel sound. First magazine disappeared before I even noticed. No fiddling, no let's see how this shoots moment. Second mag, same story. I realized halfway through I hadn't thought about the gun once. That's rare. Usually something distracts. A weird recoil, stiff controls, some little quirk. But this time, pure autopilot. Years ago, this same SIG demanded attention. Every scratch felt new. Every shot an experiment. Now, the scars have faded into muscle memory. Newer polymer guns always take a while to settle in. Every polymer I've owned needed time to find its groove. Some never did. The Legion? It just kept getting better, leaving the plastic stuff feeling like cheap stand-ins. It's not nostalgia, it's a quiet massacre. Years from now, those polymer guns will be gone. This old steel thing? Still running. Still embarrassing the new guys one flawless mag at a time. And there's another gun on this list that did it even faster. It's always after the shooting stops. Everyone's slouched around a scarred-up table, hands black with powder, cheap ammo boxes everywhere. Mags get passed, shells spilled, the last soda's opened. Someone laughs. Ammo is ammo, recoil is recoil. And nobody disagrees. Just background noise in a tired room. Then it's the ritual. Guns passed, not compared. Same loads, different frames. Polymer pistols slap and click, hands adjusting, shooters grip shift in between shots. But when a CZ75 SP01 hits the table, there's a pause. The fidgeting dies out. People handle it slower, almost careful. The jokes fade. There's nothing said, but it's felt. A weight that settles everyone down. No one calls it the best, but nobody wants to pick up plastic next. The difference is physical. Less snap, less nervous tension. The table just gets quiet, like the CZ's soaking up not just recoil, but all the noise that came before. No votes, no arguments. Just shared glances and a silence that says more than 100 range reviews. Nobody's reaching for plastic now. The polymer guns sit there untouched like cheap toys after the real thing shows up. That's not just preference, that's how metal destroys the competition. Right in front of everyone. No debate, no contest. Glock 17 on my left, SIG P320 on my right, a stack of plastic legends lined up for their moment. I've owned all of them, trusted them too. But the first time I picked up the Walther PDP SF match, it was like somebody ripped the blinders off. Slide movement? Not even close. Every polymer pistol in reach. Snap, click, lightweight, and hollow. Then the Walther. Solid, slick, a finish you actually notice. Weight that settles your grip instead of making you fight it. The trigger's not just crisp, it's a slap in the face to every mushy reset I'd gotten used to. I caught myself making excuses for my Glock, my P320. They're carry guns, they're fine, they run, but that feeling faded fast. The worst part? The embarrassment. You pass the Walther around, nobody wants their plastic back. It's not about specs or stats, just a gut check. The PDP-SF match doesn't shout, it exposes. Suddenly the others feel unfinished, rushed, almost cheap. Refinement matters. The Walther doesn't just win. It reminds you metal was never the problem. Plastic was just a phase. But if you think this was a shock, wait till you see what happens when metal decides to break every damn rule in the book. It happened in a little gun shop off Highway 377 just outside Granbury, Texas. Nothing fancy. fluorescent lights, dust on the display glass, a few old-timers arguing about ammo in the corner. The Canik SFX Rival S was there, but honestly, it bugged me. Hype was loud, price was creeping up, and everybody online swore it was the one. I'd already decided it wasn't for me. I only picked it up because it was in reach, not because I cared. Grip was comfortable, annoyingly so. Balance felt right. Not exciting, not flashy, just correct. That irritated me. I racked the slide out of habit. Pressed the trigger slow. No fanfare, just clean. No grit, no drama. I put it down, then picked it up again, pretending to be bored. Someone behind the counter smirked. He'd seen this before. That's when it hit. I wasn't judging the gun anymore. I was judging my own opinion. For the rest of that visit, every time I picked up a polymer, Glock, SIG, whatever, they felt flat, lifeless. The Conic didn't just win. It wiped the floor with them, no effort. Didn't want to like it. Didn't matter. This is the kind of gun that ruins your certainty and destroys anything that came before. And there's another metal pistol on this list that pulled the same trick. Except that one made me like it even less. It was one of those mid-August days in Texas. Heat pressing in, range is emptying out, sweat on my grip, brain halfway home. I start with the Glock 17. Easy enough, but after a few mags, my hands are working harder than they should. I try a Springfield XDM, then a Walther PDP. Each one leaves my grip tight, arms sore, mind drifting. Nothing jams, but by the third pistol, I'm done. I don't overthink it, I just shove the plastic aside. Then I grab the Smith & Wesson M and P9M 2.0 metal. There's weight, but it's the right kind. Like the gun's doing some of the work for me. The slide cycle's smoother, recoil's a muted push, not a slap. My hands loosen up, forearms relax, and I stop thinking about my grip altogether. Suddenly, I'm still shooting. Still tired, but not worn out. The M and P9 metal doesn't flash or shout. It just keeps me going. Every polymer pistol in my bag feels like a mistake I kept making out of habit. Nothing failed, but everything plastic asked more from me than it should have. This metal gun just kept running. On days like this, metal doesn't just last. It exposes every plastic frame as a lightweight that can't finish the fight. Next up, though, that gun didn't just cooperate, it downright broke the rules. I was in Arizona for a quick visit. Nothing planned. Ended up crashing at a friend's place on the edge of town. Old school guy, bigger hands, calls it how he sees it. Late afternoon, that orange desert light creeping in. We're just sitting at his kitchen counter. Guns laid out, mag stacked, no rush, no showing off. He picks up his Glock first, shifts his grip, adjusts again, works around it. Doesn't say a word, but I notice. That's his style, just makes do. Then he grabs the Wilson Combat SFX9. No comment, no second look. Just rolls it once and starts talking about something else. That's the moment that stuck. When I take it, same thing. My hands settle, no correction needed, like the grip was waiting for me. We trade back and forth, plastic to metal, and every time the Wilson comes around, the conversation just flows. No hand gymnastics, no squeezing, just ease. With the polymer, your hands stay busy. With the Wilson, they just stop fighting. My buddy says it casual, like it's obvious. This one doesn't argue with you. Different hands, different shooters, same truth. When two shooters stop adjusting at the same time, you start to wonder if plastic was always just a compromise. After that, every plastic pistol just felt like it was arguing with us. Metal made the whole compromise pointless. There's a pawn shop in Texas, just off a busy road. Trucks rolling past, hot pavement, air thick with stories. The owner's a straight talker. Old school, doesn't bother selling you anything. Inside, a couple older shooters swap shop talk about metal pistols. The old ones. Someone laughs, man, those are obsolete now. Polymer 1, nobody argues, it's not even a debate. Just accepted wisdom. A few minutes later, the owner shrugs. Come on, let's shoot. No range bags, no planning. Everyone just grabs what they've got. One guy with a polymer striker, another with a compact carry, and the owner with a Springfield Garrison 1911 people call outdated. At first, it's all jokes and trading mags. But after a few rounds, the difference creeps in. The polymer pistols are busy, adjusting grips, fiddling, side comments. Then the 1911 gets passed around. Silence. No one says a word, no one adjusts, just shooting. One of the guys finishes a mag, hands it back, and finally says it. Yeah, this doesn't feel old. No argument, no hype, just the truth hanging in the air. Most guns don't get called obsolete because they stopped working. They get called obsolete because people stopped paying attention. Turns out, one metal gun on this list shuts that argument down even harder. You know it's chaos before you step in. Summer heat trapped in concrete. voices bouncing off cinder block, gun cases everywhere, IPSC banners on the wall, empty energy drink cans under the benches, sweat, gun oil, and powder in the air. On the line, a guy I know from matches. He's pure speed. Lifts for that timer beep. We're both burning through plastic. Glock 19, Springfield Hellcat, Ruger Security 9. The range is a mess. Brass kicking up, people shouting, everyone chasing seconds. Every shot with those polymers feels like a fight. Quick but snappy. By the third reload, my hands are buzzing, wrists sore. My buddy shakes his head. Polymers fast but never settles. You end up wrestling. Then I hand him the CZ Shadow 2 Compact. The effect is instant. The weight grounds every shot. Muzzle just drops and stops. We both feel it. The chaos outside doesn't matter. He dumps a mag, grins. That's control. Everything else feels like shooting fireworks out of a paper bag. We swap back. Glock feels nervous. Hellcat twitchy. Ruger downright wild. Nobody wants them now. Plastic's quick, but it never calmed a damn thing. The CZ just took control and left every polymer behind. IPSC or not, this is the real boss. Sometimes you know you're wound too tight to trust yourself with anything, let alone a gun. That was me, late at night at Turner's place. Doors open, voices drifting in and out, table cluttered with gear and half-finished drinks. I wasn't planning to shoot, but there was a Walther Q5 match steel frame on the table, right in the middle of the mess. Maybe I picked it up out of habit, maybe just to fidget, a couple people around, half watching. That quiet pressure, don't fumble, don't look sloppy. My grip tightens, shoulders stiffen, breathing gets shallow. Normally, that's when a polymer pistol gets twitchy and starts fighting me back. But this one didn't. The weight was steady, grip didn't shift. Nothing changed except how aware I suddenly was of myself. It just sat in my hand like it belonged there, letting me fight my nerves alone. Halfway through a magazine, someone started talking behind me, usually enough to make me rush or break focus. But the gun didn't react. It felt exactly the same as when I picked it up, even though I definitely didn't. I cleared it and set it back down. No comments, no looks. Turner just nodded and said, "That thing doesn't speed you up when you're tight. Some guns soak up pressure. Some guns multiply it. But sometimes, calm is just the warning before the storm. Sometimes you know you're wound too tight to trust yourself with anything, let alone a gun." That was me, late at night at Turner's place. Doors open, voices drifting in and out, table cluttered with gear and half-finished drinks. I wasn't planning to shoot, but there was a Walther Q5 match steel frame on the table, right in the middle of the mess. Maybe I picked it up out of habit, maybe just to fidget, a couple people around, half watching. That quiet pressure, don't fumble, don't look sloppy. My grip tightens, shoulders stiffen, breathing gets shallow. Normally, that's when a polymer pistol gets twitchy and starts fighting me back. But this one didn't. The weight was steady, grip didn't shift. Nothing changed except how aware I suddenly was of myself. It just sat in my hand like it belonged there, letting me fight my nerves alone. Halfway through a magazine, someone started talking behind me, usually enough to make me rush or break focus. But the gun didn't react. It felt exactly the same as when I picked it up, even though I definitely didn't. I cleared it and set it back down. No comments, no looks. Turner just nodded and said, "That thing doesn't speed you up when you're tight. Some guns soak up pressure. Some guns multiply it. But sometimes, calm is just the warning before the storm." Studio lights, just me in a lineup. Glock 19, HKV P9, Springfield XDM, and the Ruger SR 1911. Everything's clean, quiet, nothing but the sound of cycling slides and empty mags hitting the table. First, the polymers. Every shot snaps loud, vibration travels up the bones, muzzle rise dings the hand. The HKV P9 and Glock bark off the walls, sharp and high-pitched. Plastic always announces itself. Even the Springfield, as refined as people say, just feels restless under studio lights. Then I pick up the Ruger SR 1911. Sound drops. The feedback is a thump, not a slap. My hand relaxes. The whole room seems to slow down. The shot echoes are muted. Metal absorbs what the polymers throw out. It's not just comfort, it's quiet dominance. Polymer feels loud, desperate to be noticed. Metal settles in and owns the space without saying a word. After this, every plastic pistol on the table just felt like background noise. But that wasn't the only time steel made plastic look cheap. Last month in November, me and a friend planned a home range day at my place. Nothing fancy, just two old shooters, couple of drinks poured, Plastic guns stacked on the table for the latest and greatest test drive. They had new Glocks and SIGs, all that hype about what's next. I just carried my Browning high power out back, same as I have for years. After a few laughs and a sip or two, the plastic pistols came out. Loud, jumpy, sharp in the hand. Every trigger pull felt like the gun was trying to prove itself. When my turn came, I ran a string with the high power. Metal felt steady, every shot heavy and smooth, the slide cycling like it remembered every round I'd ever fired through it. Those new plastics? Back in their cases before we were halfway done, owners already bored, talking about upgrading. My high power just stayed on my hip, no fuss, no need to impress. Plastic's exciting until it's not. The high power just keeps outlasting the noise. Funny, plastic always wants eyes. Real metal refuses to fade. Still, there's one more classic on this list that makes even legends look replaceable. While I was in Arizona at my friend's house, we were outside in the evening, smoking, just talking. Guns inside on the table. No bragging, just there. Then his dad came out, listened to all our talk about faster, lighter Glocks and SIGs, didn't argue, just slipped back inside. A minute later, he sets down a staccato P, metal, worn, zero flash. We picked it up in turns. The effect was instant. Every polymer before felt twitchy, hands racing, shots stacking up, nerves showing. The staccato P forced you to slow down. Weight locked in, trigger smooth. Every shot settled. No one wanted to rush. No one could. Suddenly, all that polymer hype was exposed. Every quick plastic gun just felt wild and unfinished, like they were fighting for attention instead of earning trust. That's what metal does. It doesn't just slow your hands. It destroys the plastic urge to rush and shows everyone what control really feels like. This December, I was cleaning my SIG P365 at home when I spotted my old SIG Sauer P210 in the back of the safe. Hadn't touched it in months. What the hell, right? I figured, let's see if old school steel could handle a real torture test side by side with the P365. Loaded both, grabbed the roughest ammo I had, barely oiled either. Started running mag after mag. P365 did fine, couple little stutters, nothing major. But the P210 ran like it had something to prove. Dirty, dry, freezing air in the garage, didn't care. Not one hiccup. Trigger still felt like glass. Slide like it wanted more. That's when it hit me. Polymer passes, but it's always sweating. Steel just shrugs and keeps going. I was expecting the P210 to just survive. Instead, it embarrassed a brand new gun with half its miles. Makes you wonder what else we're ignoring in the safe. I thought that was wild. Turns out the pistol has an even dirtier reputation. Some guns just become part of your life, not because they're flashy or new, but because they never leave your side. The Colt 1911 Government is that gun for me. End of a long week, I'm winding down at home. Every other pistol I own, polymer or otherwise, rotates in and out, gets swapped, boxed, traded, tested. The 1911 stays. I might go weeks without shooting it, but it's always loaded, always within reach. Pick it up, and it still feels like the day I got it. Dense, serious, alive. Racking the slide is like flipping a switch. The feeling is permanent, not passing. Every new polymer gun comes with promises, but every one of them ends up back in the safe, waiting to be sold off or replaced. The 1911 just refuses to go away. Some guns fade. This one just keeps showing up, long after the fads are forgotten. Still convinced plastic is the future? Keep telling yourself that while these steel pistols outlast everything in your safe. I spent years mocking old school guns, laughing at their weight, until my advanced carry left me stranded at the range. Now, I reach for steel when it matters. Every single time. Maybe you're loyal to polymer. Maybe you're just stubborn. Or maybe you're one mag away from switching sides yourself. Drop your favorite in the comments. Tell me I'm wrong. Or better yet, haul both to the range and see which one limps home first. Maybe next time I'll line them up for a real head-to-head. Steel versus plastic. Winner takes all. But for now, I know where I stand. I'm Steve. See you at the range, if your gun survives.